Most Playwright courses stop at the test level. You learn to click elements, write assertions, build a few page objects, and grab a screenshot when something fails. That matters, but it is not the hard part. The hard part is the framework around those tests. The part that has to handle test data, authentication, multiple environments, parallel runs, network control, and reporting without falling apart as it grows. That is what we build in this course. Welcome to Ultimate Playwright Automation with Java. I'm Rob, Principal SDET, and I built this series to teach Playwright the way it actually gets used on real teams, not as a set of isolated examples. Together, we build a practical end-to-end framework with Java, JUnit, Maven, and IntelliJ. The goal is not just Playwright syntax. It is learning to design a project that is easy to extend, easy to debug, and easy to point at a different application. We work with realistic flows: registration, login, account actions, form validation, tables, sorting, filtering, authenticated sessions, and API supported setup. They are the patterns that show up in almost every web application. That is why the framework has reusable account logic for fresh accounts, shared accounts, UI setup, and API setup, so each test stays focused on what it is actually checking. The same thinking applies to environments. The framework builds base URLs from configuration, so the same tests can run against different targets by changing the environment setting. And we combine UI and API in one place, using Playwright to prepare data, validate responses, handle authentication, mock routes, and modify live network responses. As the framework grows, we organize the code into page objects, reusable components, utilities, configuration, and test data factories, not for the sake of patterns, but to keep it maintainable. We also cover what makes automation hold up at scale: cross-browser and device runs, parallel execution, screenshots on failure, Playwright tracing, allure reporting, and accessibility checks. And we bring AI into the workflow in a practical way, using Copilot and more advanced MCP-driven tools and agents inside IntelliJ to speed up repetitive work and analyze failures. Not to replace your judgment, but to help you move faster while you still understand what you're building. The project runs on JUnit, but the reusable layers are deliberately separated from the runner. The page objects, utilities, and configuration are plain Java, so the same design adapts to TestNG or Cucumber by replacing the runner and lifecycle layer, not rebuilding the framework. By the end, you will not just write Playwright tests. You will know how to build a Playwright project with real structure behind it. Let's build it.